Hello, welcome to Film Talk. I'm your host Sam Dale, and I'm joined by
Alex Brown. Hello, guys.
He's back. Brilliant. Now today we are going to do a little debate because me and Alex have had a clash, haven't we, Alex?
Yeah, and that doesn't happen very often.
No, never. We've had a clash, and Alex likes a movie. Well, do you love the movie? Do you think it's one of your favourite movies?
I wouldn't say it's my favourite movie. I like it, and I would defend it if someone said, "Oh, that is the worst movie ever."
And that's me.
Yes.
I personally don't like this movie, so I'll just tell you what it is. It is the disaster movie that really was a disaster. Thank you. It is 2012. It came out 2009 now, so...
Wow, so bad you actually forgot the name for a second there. Was it really that bad, in your opinion, Sam?
It was absolutely terrible. So we're going to have a little debate about 2012, and obviously you send in your email and tell us what you thought of the film, just to back me up. Back me up on this one. Everyone knows it was a disgraceful film. Alex, what is your argument?
No, the correct answer to that is actually that it's a disgraceful film. Everyone has their own opinion.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. And I'll tell you why I enjoyed it, because it delivered everything that I want from a disaster film. It had lots and lots of explosions and buildings falling and stuff. And if you want to go and see a Roland Emmerich film, that's what you'll get. And if you are going in there expecting something else, then what the hell were you doing there in the first place, Sam?
I was expecting a disaster movie. I got a disaster movie. And then I was expecting something, maybe a bit of plot. But I didn't get anything. You said you like the CGI. What do you... Hang
on. Name one disaster movie that has a plot.
Think.
And I mean,
the
what?
Book of Eli. It's got a big plot behind.
That isn't really a disaster movie.
It is The World's End. This is post-apocalyptic.
No, it's not a disaster movie. That's a post-apocalyptic movie.
So it's already been the disaster. So it's like a lead. It's a lot of films.
A disaster movie is about the disaster, not the aftermath of the disaster.
It's about the disaster. What we saw in 2012 was the disaster. It wasn't. We didn't get any background story.
Yeah, but the disaster itself doesn't have a plot. It's just the disaster.
CGI. You said this film had terrific CGI. I enjoyed the CGI, the visuals. Yeah. I've got to admit that.
It was brilliant. The CGI was brilliant. It was epic destruction.
But my argument would be...
Continue.
My argument would be that Transformers 2 had great CGI also. I love Transformers 2 CGI, but it was one of the worst films ever made. CGI doesn't bring everything to a film, Alex, so... Is that all you went to see?
What?
Is that all you went to see for the CGI?
Pretty much, yeah. I
went to see a film for CGI.
Alright, here's the thing, right? I didn't go in there to see John Cusack make a dramatic monologue that brought a tear to my eye. I went in there to see the Empire State Building fall on his face. And that didn't happen exactly.
So you were disappointed that John Cusack's face wasn't smashed by the Empire State Building.
Well, to be fair, if that happened, that would be quite over the top. I mean, the entire film was quite over the top, but that would be seriously over the top. But no, I wasn't disappointed with it at all. I wasn't expecting something amazing acting or amazing dialogue. And, sometimes you just need a film where you can turn your brain off and just watch it and enjoy it. And obviously, you did not do that.
I never turn my brain off when I'm watching a film. I thought you should know this by now.
Well, sometimes you need to, because otherwise you'll end up nitpicking at it, like nitpicking small things.
We have to nitpick the small things.
Yeah. Well, yeah, sure, if it's like...
And it's not just a small thing. 2012 is actually a real, actual disaster film. It's been made clearly for money. 2012, what's everyone talking about at the moment? End of the world, 2012. Let's make a movie. Let's bring it out in 2009. So we get the cinemas. 2010, we got it on DVD. 2011, it's going to come out on TV. And 2012, you're going to get the director's cut. It's been made for money. It's awful.
Well, yeah, if it's been made for money, then obviously lots of people want to see it for the CGI and like epic destruction and stuff like that.
Yes, they probably do. But I think that people go for CGI. But when the CGI, it's good. But then what happens? Actually, a lot of this film, when I was watching it, wasn't actually a lot of CGI. There was some great scenes with a plane flying through. There was great scenes. I enjoyed those scenes, but a lot of it wasn't CGI. A lot of it was people. And you didn't really interact with those people on screen.
You obviously haven't seen a Roland Emmerich film before, Sam. I
have.
Have you seen The Day After Tomorrow?
Yes.
Did you like that?
I enjoyed that. That had plot. That had storyline.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did.
How?
How did it? There was a love interest. There was a big storyline. There's mother and dad. There's everything in Day After Tomorrow. It's a great film. Tells 2012. I didn't care about the character. They could have died, and I wouldn't have cared. Day After Tomorrow, you care if the characters die. You don't interact with the characters the same because, one, terrible acting in 2012 for me. I'm sorry. It's true. And in 2012, also, I just didn't feel like I could interact with the characters because it was just a terrible film. It was off. I was too busy criticising the film. I only walked out the cinema halfway through because I was in pain watching this film.
Well, that's because you were thinking a little too much in this. Okay, here's the thing, right?
I always try to enjoy the film. I did enjoy the film in some CGI parts, like you said, but like I say again, Transformers 2, worst film ever made. Well, one of the worst films ever made, and that had great CGI.
Alright, here's the thing, Sam. So a film like The Shawshank Redemption, I mean, that has no CGI in it, so it's all about the story and the acting. And if the story and the acting was bad, that would be a terrible film.
It's great.
But 2012, it has amazing special effects and action.
I wouldn't say that groundbreaking. Really, I've seen special effects like that done before. What's so special about 2012?
They were amazing until Avatar came out. Obviously, I mean that was like 2 months later, but they were still really, really good. And to watch it on the big screen was just an amazing experience. Although I didn't actually watch it on the big screen, and I would like to do that at some point, but it was kind of irritating. I only got to see it on a small cinema screen, but even so, I thought it was still pretty damn good. I mean,
you were concentrating on the visuals.
Right,
mostly.
the thing is, there are two types of films. There are films that you can watch on your own, and films you can watch with a couple of mates and kick back and have a laugh. And 2012 is one of those films. You can just sit back, watch it, have fun, end of story.
But that doesn't make it a great film, does it?
It makes it a fun film. There's a difference between a great film and a fun film.
But you really liked this film. So why did you really like it?
I really had fun watching it.
I would say it's a film. It's a film. Shawshank Redemption, that's a great film. One of the best films ever made. So 2012, I don't see why you're back in 2012 so much.
All right. Shawshank Redemption, I admire it. It is, without a doubt, a great film. But I can't. If I had a group of mates over and we had some beers, obviously I'm too young to drink beer, but I mean,
cut it.
Obviously, yeah, cut it. But if I did, I wouldn't. What would you think I would choose? Shawshank Redemption or 2012? And before you answer, the answer would be 2012 because
I would obviously choose Shawshank Redemption, one of my favourite films, over one of my most hated films, 2012.
But what do you think your friends would choose?
Well, it depends. I've got friends who like Shawshank Redemption. A lot of friends that like Shawshank Redemption. And 2012. Most people I speak to 2012, they weren't really impressed by it. Also, and this is going really on point here, but one part of the film that I found really quite annoying when I saw it is it's America. It's an American film. We learn about this. It's an American film. It's been most of the majority set in America, even though it does go out to other countries like India and stuff like that. And it's so obviously made by Americans. Well, the president goes down with his ship. He goes down with the president stays behind in the country. He goes down with his ship. The Queen. What does the Queen? The Queen rushes on with some dogs. It's obviously.
You know what? I don't know.
Yeah, the Queen ran on the ship.
I ain't seen this since cinema, so I'll have to watch it when it comes out on Sky Movies again, just to be sure of that. But anyway, there is actually a reason for that. I mean, because can you imagine all this destruction around the world? I mean, surely it would eventually get to the point where it would just become offensive. Like, for example, if you had a tsunami, you know, like the big ass tsunamis, if you had one of them in Thailand or India, that would be quite offensive to them after the 2004 Boxing Day tsunami. So they had to like limit it so it wasn't, so certain disasters wasn't offensive to certain areas of the world.
Do you really think that's the reason it was set in America?
I think that's the reason most of it was set in America. Because I mean,
disagree.
Americans are hardly offended by anything apart from 9/11, and that's about it. I mean, if you had two buildings falling, actually you did. You had two buildings falling down at the same time. That might be quite offensive.
That's what we say. The films being made, people want to see this stuff because it's happening in reality. People want to go and see it and reflect on it. Which I think that 2012 isn't a terrible film. It's a film, like I said before. Okay, that's it now.
So,
2012.
Yeah.
What do you guys think on the emails? Send your emails in. What do you think about 2012? Alex thinks it's a good film. Good film.
Yeah,
I think it's a film.
I would rate it 3.5 out of 5.
3.5, and I would rate it a high 1 out of 5. It's a film, but it's not a great film. It's not a terrible film. It's a film. Okay, so we're going on now to talk about Tron Legacy.
Oh yes.